Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to Thursday, April 10th spoilers for The Young and the Restless, Martin Laurent feels trapped, and Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers will work together. Martin might struggle to maintain his Alain Laurent disguise for a little while longer at the GCAC, but it's obvious that the game is over. Tracy Abbott chose to confront her fiancé downstairs after receiving Ashley Abbott's confirmation that Martin was the twin she fell in love with. Will Martin reveal who he really is? Tracy pressed him to tell her if he ever cared for her. Martin might admit to taking over Alan's life and courting Tracy because he does appear to love her in his own perverse way. Of fact, Chance Chancellor might soon get concrete evidence of kidnapping. Martin's fingerprints are likely to match some that were discovered at the farmhouse where he was keeping a close eye on Sharon and Phyllis. On Thursday's YNR episode, Chance might arrest Martin and take him to the GCPD. Martin might attempt a last-ditch run, but given that Chance, Tracy, Ashley, and Jack Abbott are all around him, he probably wouldn't make it very far. Regarding Summer Newman, she might respond to Phyllis's inquiry regarding her intentions to approach Kyle Abbott. Phyllis might be more certain than Summer, who might deny having anything planned. If Martin is indeed brought into custody, Sharon and Phyllis will undoubtedly be informed regarding his detention at some time. Phyllis and Sharon may work together on Thursday's show for that reason. When it comes to facing their kidnapper together, Sharon and Phyllis might make some predictions. As they take on Martin, Phyllis and Sharon could feel that it is appropriate to act as a team because they were compelled to do so while in captivity. In any event, according to teasers for The Young and the Restless, Sharon and Phyllis will receive updates regarding some significant Martin news. Tune in to see if they decide to fully attack him. For more Young and the Restless information, check back often as CDL will have all the latest news, updates, and smoldering spoilers. Here are the spoilers for Wednesday, April 9th, 2025's episode of The Young and the Restless. Fans can anticipate that Ashley and Jack Abbott will worry about Tracy Abbott's safety in tomorrow's episode. Chance Chancellor, meanwhile, learns startling facts. Let's discuss what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Ashley Abbott in a panic. Fans are aware that Ashley has reunited with Jack after returning from Paris. Jack brought up Alain Laurent and Tracy throughout that discussion. Fans are aware, though, that this same man abducted Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers. Jack and Tracy are now suspicious of the truth. Jack even forewarned Ashley that Alain might be Martin, his nasty dead sibling. The safety of Tracy Abbott before receiving a phone call. Ashley didn't seem to be convinced by Jack's theory. Tracy was there, but she remained silent. It sounds like Tracy is in serious danger, which is why Martin was speaking. Jack and Ashley might head straight to Tracy's apartment after the phone call. But what if, by the time Jack and Ashley arrive, they are both gone? Martin did wonder whether Jack had told Tracy something that would make her reconsider the wedding. Jack may therefore become Martin's next target. Chance Chancellor's significant finding The Restless and the Young. According to tomorrow's spoilers, Chance will carry out more research. Chance did inquire about the Paris clinic, but he received no specific responses. It is hinted that Chance will ultimately come to a startling realization. Maybe Chance will discover evidence that the double kidnapper is Tracy's fiancé. April 9th, 2025, Wednesday. What Martin does in response to his unraveling deceit will also be seen by fans. It appears that Martin's top priority right now is taking care of Tracy. What would Martin do to her now that he believes she is aware of the truth? Place her in a cage so that you can perform another experiment? Hopefully, Tracy will be saved just in time since Chance makes a startling discovery. But everyone will be curious as to why Martin has been so quick and forceful in his connection. Why is his desire to wed Tracy so strong? Was it possible for the psychopath to truly feel something for Tracy? Is it possible that Alain is still alive and in hiding somewhere? Keep checking back for all the answers because there are a lot of questions. What is the plot that you are most excited to see? Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. To find out what happens next, don't forget to continue watching the soap opera on CBS or Paramount+. Updates and spoilers for The Young and the Restless tease some false information may be leaked by Victor Newman's sources, but Kyle and Jack Abbott's tactics can backfire. Because of his worries about a worker named Matheson, Kyle was able to help Jack discover Victor's most recent scheme. Jack and Kyle think Jabot may have spies. Now that Jack and Kyle are suspicious that Victor has sent spies into Jabot, they can concentrate on finding them and offering these workers more money to turn the tide in their favor. Since Jack wants to outsmart Victor, the best course of action is to give Victor the impression that his plan is working. These spies can get misleading information from Jack and Kyle, which they can later give to their former employer. Fans of YNR are aware that Michael Baldwin acts as the go-between in this situation. Michael must first get the fake intelligence, but if Jack and Kyle carry out their plan well, he might not notice any differences. Victor might ruin the launch of these new products. Victor may choose to sabotage the impending product launches after learning about them. He might spend time and money on this sabotage plan just to find out later that he was duped. Victor might strike back with ferocity after realizing that Kyle and Jack have been lying to him. Even though he already harbors a thirst for vengeance, this revelation might push him over the edge. Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, meantime, has been vocal about her worries about Michael Baldwin's dangerous future. Jack and Kyle's scheme could go wrong given that Michael might be headed in a risky direction. Lauren is hopeful that he will know when to cut off contact with Victor and avoid major repercussions. However, it could be challenging to overcome Michael's great allegiance to Victor, particularly when he feels compelled to go beyond what is considered appropriate. For this reason, Jack and Kyle's attempts to foil Victor's espionage scheme can backfire. Victor might become even more enraged as a result of their acts, further entangling Michael. Keep an eye out for updates on Victor's intricate plans of retaliation, since future spoilers suggest that he may change them as the story progresses. The practice of corporate espionage is not always safe. Both Jack and Victor have enough business experience to understand that corporate espionage is not always a secure procedure. Some espionage is even criminal at times. Victor is by no means exempt from this. For example, a corporate spy may be suspected of engaging in insider trading. There is always a certain element of risk, even when a skilled attorney like Michael is involved. However, Jack and Victor's enmity began when Jack was not much older than Kyle, and Victor has been in the corporate world longer than Jack. Jack might be unfairly paired with the mustache, and he is aware of the strategies he uses to win. The Young and the Uneasy teasers for updates and spoilers. Claire Newman can never fully forgive her grandfather, Victor Newman, for 4 heinous acts. Let's examine the transgressions that Claire is unable to overlook while we wait to see if Victor is going to breach any of those unforgivable lines. Interfering with Kyle's parents. Once more, Claire spent a lot of time and effort helping Kyle Abbott repair his relationship with Diane Jenkins Abbott and Jack Abbott. Claire would be furious if Victor were to sever Kyle's relationship with his parents now. She loves Victor and wants his praise, but she has limits that she won't go beyond. Claire would undoubtedly be enraged, perhaps to the point of supporting her grandfather, to see Victor threaten the progress Kyle has made with Diane and Jack. That would rank as Victor's most egregious behavior. Making Jack or Kyle serve time in prison. Michael Baldwin helped place spies in Jabot, where Victor has successfully penetrated, but Kyle and Jack have learned of his plan. Trouble is coming as they intend to use those same spies on Victor. Victor will undoubtedly strike back, continuing this circle of vengeance, but it is yet unclear how much he will go to hurt Kyle and Jack. If Victor planned a plot to accuse them of corporate misconduct, it wouldn't be shocking. Even a brief jail sentence for Jack and Kyle could cause a rift with Claire that she would never be able to move past. Putting Jack or Kyle at risk, we cannot rule out the possibility that Victor could endanger Kyle or Jack. Victor makes rash decisions when he is angry, and once Jack and Kyle foil his espionage plan, his rage will only grow. Could the most recent chapter of the Newman-Abbott feud reach a more dangerous stage? Would this result in actual dangers for Jack and Kyle? If that's the case, Claire may see Victor as a villain and cut off any communication with him. Using Audra or Summer to entice Kyle despite his misgivings, Victor has assured Claire that he will not meddle in her relationship with Kyle. But it looks like he might be about to betray that pledge by pressuring Audra Charles to exact revenge on Kyle, likely by ruining his relationship with Claire. Claire might reach her breaking point if Victor is able to coerce Audra or perhaps Summer Newman into a plan to woo Kyle. She might break off her relationship with Victor as a result of this betrayal, which would be one of his worst mistakes. According to upcoming previews, Claire had been hoping that Victor will alter his mind, but she might soon have to deal with the terrible truth.